Hi everyone, welcome to episode 2. My name is Chelsea and I'll be hosting this session today. In the interrogation seat, we have Karen and Demi. I'll give them a second to introduce themselves, but basically today we are talking AI, communications, and trying to understand if we all actually know what we are doing nowadays when it comes to AI.
Mhm.
So I'll hand it over to Karen first to introduce herself.
Wow, I love this. Honestly, I spent my whole career building things I never get asked about. Just to come, ask me anything.
Cool.
Hi guys, my name is Demi. I'm back from episode 1. I'm a clinical research coordinator in public health, and I'm so excited to have this conversation.
Cool. So we will dive right into it then with a simple question. Would you actually trust AI to do your job? And I don't just mean the easy tasks, I mean like completely from beginning to end. I'll start with myself. Of course, I work in the finance audit field, and when it comes to calculations, pulling reports, pulling data, anything analytical, we know that AI does a very good job at this. But when it comes to anything judgmental from humans' perspective,
Mm.
feeling out people's vibes, understanding how people work, figuring out when you need to be a little bit more judgmental, I don't think that AI has that kind of instincts yet. Hopefully,
Mm.
not ever. So no, I wouldn't trust AI to do my full job beginning to end. But yeah, Karen, I'll hand it over to you.
Okay, so for
Let us know what you think.
me, thank you. So for me, I would say partially yes. So for me, in front-end development, I would say boilerplate code, repeated patterns, all of the tedious coding things. I would use AI for that. But the part where I have to read a badly written requirement and figure out what exactly the business is actually asking versus what they want. So AI just executes the instruction. It doesn't know the person on the other end of the system, like you said. So I know that. I know who's on the
Mm.
other end of the side, right? So that changes how I read the brief. Like, for example, recently I was working on dependent logic. There was age rules, relationship validations, all these edge cases around who qualifies under medical aid cover, right? The requirements sounded very simple on paper, but once you actually think about it, these are real families, there are exceptions, there's the legal rules, and all of
Mhm,
that.
mhm,
And then it becomes not simple anymore. So, yes,
mm,
AI can generate the condition, sure, but it doesn't understand the consequence if the logic goes wrong and then someone gets declined incorrectly.
mhm.
So, yeah, that for me, no. So, Demi,
Yeah.
what is your take on AI?
So, for data analysis and research, we already use AI a bit, but when it involves actual participants, no, I don't think AI can do any part of that job because it involves participant safety, and AI is just not built for that yet. I don't think it ever will be. AI accountability doesn't work that way, and honestly, I don't think it ever will.
Mm. Yeah, I agree. I think we all kind of speak about the one common thing we speak about is that human judgment, right?
Mm.
And at the end of the day, I
Yeah.
don't think a robot can understand our intuition as human beings. So obviously we are all using AI day to day. So this brings me to my next question, which is when can you take credit for work when you use AI? So for example, if you are typing out an email, is that
Mhm.
still your email? Are you allowed to take credit for that? What do you guys think?
Oh, can I take this one first? So I would say it definitely depends whether you get it or not. So if
Mm,
AI drafts something and you go through it, you add your own spice, you add your own little vibe,
Mm.
mm,
and you actually say what you actually think, then that's fine. That's like using a template, right? But if you
yeah.
just go into copy and paste without reading and something goes wrong, right? Your name is still on that form,
Mm,
that email, that document. The
yeah.
Mm.
person receiving it doesn't know that. They don't
Mm,
care that AI wrote it. They responding to you,
mm,
right?
mm-hmm.
Mm,
No, I agree. I mean, I think it's also about the context. So, AI doesn't know magically what to type out without you telling it what to say. And in
Exactly.
case of an email, if you are responding to someone, I need to know the right questions to ask this person. And
Mm,
exactly as you said, we need to read it and you need to add your own flair because
Mm,
nowadays it's literally becoming a template. Like you said, you can easily identify when something is purely AI generated.
mm,
And yeah, so I definitely think you need to give it the information to draft the email and
mm.
then also review it, right?
yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, so personally, when drafting emails, I do use AI.
Mm-hmm.
But like Karen said, I do review what AI is telling me. And it
Mm,
also takes a lot of prompting to get it to what I actually wanted to say, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But within research, it is actually causing problems because there are some journals that now require you to submit another document saying that you have used AI in your paper or in your
Mm-hmm.
citation in any form that you did use AI.
mm,
Um, and confidently, I can say that when you reference it, it doesn't cause me to trust the output because that's just misconduct. And AI has been causing problems even in government. There's
mm.
been a person within government that drew up a bill that had AI, that had to do with AI, and he used AI for the citations.
Oh my days.
The citations were not real, they were fake
Mm-hmm.
citations. Now he's being taken to court because he's using AI to do something that AI is just not able to do yet.
Mm-hmm.
It looks
Mm,
Exactly.
perfect, it looks great,
yeah,
but in actual fact it's not what it needs to be.
that's the
Yeah.
scary part. That's the scary part. That it looks perfect. It looks great.
Mm,
I actually had a similar moment, similar, where AI gave me code that I asked for, and it looked 100% correct.
Mm-hmm.
Good naming convention, clean code, everything in the works. But also when I tested it properly, it it spammed the API calls. And obviously, no one wants a slow website because eventually that's going to lead to a slow website, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it does take the user at the end of the day to actually go through what the AI has written, test it yourself, and add your own knowledge into it. Just going blindly with it, it's
mm,
not gonna help anyone. So if I had just trusted that output, that would have gone into production, and that's the scary part. So
mm,
it's not bad AI output. It's the
Mm-hmm.
people that's the issue that's misusing it. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely confidently believe the output that you put out and
Mm-hmm.
then also like have a look at it,
Yeah.
revise, go through the work, you know?
Exactly.
Mm,
Basically, don't get caught up in the automation bias, which is like just because it looks good and they're using certain language, doesn't mean that it's correct. So,
mm.
yeah,
exactly that. Exactly that.
always review it. Cool. This has been great, guys. We're on to our last question. And I basically want to know, where do you personally draw the line with AI? Like, what would you not let AI do?
Mm,
Mm. So for me, when it affects a real person's access to something that matters,
Mm-hmm.
so that's where I will write that myself. The system
Mm,
that I work on currently handles medical aid logic, who's covered, what relationships are recognized, what benefits apply. That's someone's healthcare access. I need to
mm,
understand every single line of that code. Because if
yeah.
something goes wrong, it's not a bug report, right? It's
mm,
a
Mm,
harm at the end of the day.
yeah.
So, and I'm not going to stand in front of everyone and say I just generated and shipped it, because
Mm,
that's my name on that application at the end of the day. That's my
yeah.
name out there. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think that, like you're saying, anything we put our name on, anything that we sign, you need to take accountability for that. And
mm,
we can't
Mm,
hold AI accountable for any of these mistakes. It will fall on you. So
mm,
anything that I guess external parties rely on, you need to make sure that that is accurate information that we're putting out there. So I agree with you on that.
mm.
Cool. So just to close this out, I'd like to know from both of you, what is one thing that you want people to actually remember from both of the episodes that we've done?
Every system was built by a person who made choices. So question the
mm,
rules, even when you still have to follow them.
mm.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
People are not data points.
Mm,
Whatever you're building, whoever you're auditing, and whatever study you're running, there are real people behind it and keep them
mhm.
visible.
Mm.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think the subject of AI also speaks a lot to professional ethics, and I think that we all need to practice being ethical, even in the smallest moments. It's not only the biggest decisions we make; it's
Mm,
every small
Mm.
decision, and it's like we've all heard, when no one is looking, you need to do the right thing.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
But thank you, ladies, for joining me. This is a really great conversation, and yeah, until we meet again.
Thank you for having us. Thank you,
Thank
Thank you.
you.
This
everyone.
is so
It was
fun.
such an informative conversation about AI in the
Mm-hmm.
workplace and ethics.
Yay.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm. Mm.